Don't lose that number, Tex. I think we'd make a perfect fit.
Regan Madsen's not only beautiful, she told me exactly what I wanted to hear. And she wants me to be her partner. The question is, where does Fitzpatrick fit into all of this? Regardless, feels like fate has given me a chance to score big. And at this point, that's all I'm asking for. Well, Regan Madsen sure knows how to make a first impression. The question is she on the level? There's no way to know if she's really Malloy's daughter or if she knows any more about the boxes than I do. I wonder if Fitzpatrick has any knowledge of the boxes, or Regan for that matter. There's a lot more involved here than just tracking down an old friend, and I'm right in the middle of it. Under normal circumstances, I'd be nervous to meet a beautiful woman like Regan Madsen, but my new approach to life takes all the pressure off. I'm in it for myself, but maybe Regan and I can have some fun along the way. As I walk into the Imperial Lounge, I'm prepared for a three-pronged attack. Break the bad news, be as charming as humanly possible, and find out everything Regan knows. The Imperial is in the new city. Not too nice, but a few cuts above the Ritz. I walk into the lobby, then down a flight of stairs to the lounge. I'm not looking forward to telling Regan what happened to her father, but she deserves to know, and I'm gonna need her help.
Hello there. I'm glad I caught you at home.
Yeah, me too. What's up?
I found some things in my father's notebook that may interest you. How much is it worth to you?
You take checks?
Sorry, I require full payment, up front.
Well, if we work things out, I'll completely satisfy the debt, with interest. What'd you find out?
Hello there. I'm glad I caught you at home.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't drop by in person, because my housekeeper's on the rampage again.
If I drop by, I'd just mess up your apartment anyway.
So what'd you find out?
As soon as we find out what these initials stand for, we'll be halfway to a fortune.
I don't think that's going to be as easy as it sounds.
Well, we've already got 2 boxes, right? Maybe those initials I found on the notebook refer to other people who got boxes for my father.
Well, you're probably right, but I have a feeling they're not just going to hand over the boxes to us.
I don't want to cut anyone else in on this.
Neither do I, but we may have to pay off Fitzpatrick. Doesn't matter how big a score this turns out to be, I want to keep as much as possible.
I've got an idea. Why don't we just stay together? That way we won't have to split anything. We can just go off to the Caribbean and spend the next 50 years doing nothing.
You don't know how good that sounds to me. I need a change, and that seems like a pretty damn good one.
So, what do we do now?
For now, I think you should just sit tight. I have a feeling that things are going to get a little sticky from here on out. I'll be in touch soon.
I hope I can take that literally. Please be careful. As soon as we find out what these initials stand for, we'll be halfway to a fortune.
I don't know. Maybe your father was keeping this under wraps for good reason. When we find out what this is all about, we may decide that whatever he learned shouldn't be let out into circulation.
What are you talking about? That's why we're in this. For the money.
Look, Your father wanted to keep this work away from the NSA, and I think that's an omen.
We won't sell it to them. We'll only sell the information to the right people.
What if it's not that simple? What if it's something that would be better locked up forever?
That's not an option. It was my father's work, so by rights it's mine now. You can have a piece of the action, or I can do it alone. Now I think you should give me back that box I gave you.
I don't think that's a good idea.
You don't have the right to keep it from me. It's mine.
That's not the point.
You're right, Tex. I'm being foolish and irresponsible. If there's nothing terrible about what we find, we'll make a lot of money and live happily ever after.
Let's keep our fingers crossed, but for now I just want you to sit tight. I have a feeling things are going to get a little sticky from now on. Those initials you found may refer to other people who received boxes from your father. I'll see what I can turn up. Give me a call if anything else occurs to you.
All right, Tex. I'll be here. Please be careful.
Despite the warnings from Ellis and Fitzpatrick, I'm bound for Roswell. Hopefully the alien power cell is somewhere in the Roswell military complex. I know that without it, I'll never find out Malloy's secret or cash in. But there is one more stop I need to make before I leave. Look, I hate to ruin the mood, but right after this I'm gonna hit the road. I'm gonna be gone for a couple days, maybe more.
You leaving town?
I'm going to Roswell, New Mexico after I finish this drink and a couple more out of that bottle.
Roswell? What for?
There's an object down at a military base where your father used to work. I need to get that thing so we can cash out.
I'm coming with you.
No way. I don't even know what I'm getting myself into.
Well, don't be gone too long.
I'll be gone long enough.
You know, I think you know a lot more about me than I know about you, and that's not fair.
Well, I was married once. How's that?
Wow, so was everybody. Tell me about her. What was she like?
Well, she was beautiful, sexy, intelligent, and rotten to the core.
Oh, yeah, one of those. So guess you hate all women now.
I look at him the way I look at tequila. It's great until you overdo it. And you can't even look at it without getting sick to your stomach. Eventually, you get to the point where you can drink it again, but you never, ever forget that first miserable night.
Nice metaphor.
Yeah, well, what's your metaphor of love?
My metaphor, let's see. I dance with love until it starts to lead, and I love to dance.
Well, it's quite a coincidence. Because I'm a dance instructor.
Dance instructor, really? So I guess that would mean you're very familiar with the forbidden dance of love, huh?
Oh, yeah. I know that dance very well. But I don't do it anymore because I threw my back out.
Oh, yeah.
So where'd Madsen come from?
Oh, I was married once.
And what was he like?
Oh, he was sexy, handsome, intelligent, and
Rotten to the core.
Yeah. Yeah, he was my tequila. And now I drink nothing but bourbon, straight up. Won't make that mistake again.
What do you mean?
I mean, I let myself be controlled by somebody and I didn't like it. Now I'm in it for myself.
Well, here's to looking out for number one and sticking our necks out for nobody.
To us. Hey, got a second?
Actually, I'm really in a hurry.
Oh, I'm sorry. If this is a bad time, just give me a call later. See ya.
Fitzpatrick and Witt had taken a taxi to my office, so I offered to give him a lift back to the Savoy. On the way back, I decide that I'm not going to take Regan, because the last thing I need is someone else to worry about. Fitzpatrick and Wed had taken a taxi to my office, so I offered to give him a lift back to the Savoy. Fitzpatrick seems lost in thought, and I have a hunch he knows something he hasn't told us. On the way back to my office, I try to imagine what we're about to find, but the whole thing is so incomprehensible it only makes my head hurt to think about it.
If we're gonna be in this thing together, I want to make sure you're in all the way. Promise me, Tex?
I want you, Regan.
Then you can have me, and everything else you ever wanted. Just promise me, Tex. Just say it. Say it.
I promise.
Sorrow and pain, they're not quite the same, but leaving a trail of victims they claim.
Not now, Regan, not now. I want you. Oh, I want you. And I know we said we were in this thing for the money. I'm starting to think there are more important things to consider.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with me? I can give you everything. I can love you better than you've ever been loved before.
Look, I don't want to argue about this. The way you look makes it tough as it is.
There's a fortune just waiting for us.
I'm going down there by myself, and that's all there is to it.
You blew it. Could have had everything. Now you have nothing.
I can't do this, Regan. There's somebody else. It wouldn't be fair to her or to you.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with me? I can give you everything. I can love you better than you've ever been loved before.
Look, I don't want to argue about this. The way you look makes it tough as it is.
There's a fortune just waiting for us.
I'm going down there by myself, and that's all there is to it.
You blew it. Could have had everything. Now you have nothing.
Regan's gone when I wake up the next day, and I can't reach her at the Imperial. Story of my life. But at least now I have an excuse for leaving without her. I packed several days' worth of supplies and contact the pilot Whit set me up with. Flight takes about 12 hours, giving me plenty of time to think things over. A little voice in my head keeps saying, watch your back. There are too many things that can go wrong. But maybe this time I'll get lucky. After I wake up, I pack several days' worth of supplies and contact the pilot Whit had set me up with. Flight down takes about 12 hours, giving me plenty of time to think about last night. Regan probably isn't accustomed to being turned down by a man. Not that I didn't think twice, but she and I have very different ideas on what's to be done now. Fitzpatrick and Witt were right. I don't know exactly what we'll find down in Mexico, but whatever it is, I'm sure the world's not ready for it. Regan doesn't seem to understand that.
Well, Miss Madsen, isn't it?
Tex, let me explain.
Let me see. The last time we saw each other was, oh yeah, in my bed.
Listen, I'm sorry, it's just I've gotten to know you well enough to know that you wouldn't let me come with you. And I'm just not the kind of person that can sit around and let someone else make my decisions for me. So I chartered a speeder and I figured you'd catch up with me and, well, here you are.
No, you're right. I wouldn't have let you come down here.
You see, that's what I mean about you. I mean, I want you, I do. And I want this too. And, well, that's all there is to it.
Okay. But don't you run out on me again. Because it makes me paranoid.
I promise.
Well, I guess we better look for a way to get out of here.
Yeah.
I don't see any visible access out, but...
Fancy meeting you here.
I could say the same thing.
Well, have I kept you waiting long?
Oh no, I just got here.
Regan, what the hell?
I guess I was supposed to be sitting back in my hotel room like a good little girl, right? Well, I'm sorry, it's just not in my nature to sit around and let someone else make my decisions for me. I mean, I wasn't gonna let you and those two doddering old fools ruin everything I ever worked for. Well, maybe we should try and find a way out of here, huh?
Fancy meeting you here.
I could say the same thing.
Well, have I kept you waiting long?
Oh no, I just got here.
Regan, what the hell?
I guess I was supposed to be sitting back in my hotel room like a good little girl, right? Well, I'm sorry, it's just not in my nature to sit around and let someone else make my decisions for me. I mean, I wasn't gonna let you and those two doddering old fools ruin everything I ever worked for. Here we are sitting on the greatest discovery in the history of the world, and they say get rid of it. Get rid of it? Great idea. I mean, who cares how much it's worth? Who cares how great the technology is? Not just to us, but to everyone.
Didn't you hear what Fitzpatrick and Witt were saying? We destroy ourselves with this.
Well, maybe we are ready. I mean, why don't we give ourselves the benefit of the doubt? In the hands of someone like my father, this new technology could open doors we never even imagined.
The problem is, these things don't end up in the hands of people like your father. They never do.
Well, maybe we should try and find a way out of here, huh?
Told you it'd be like
Nag, nag, nag. beautiful, just like a huge Christmas present just waiting to be opened.
Well, guess I need to call Fitzpatrick and tell him we found it.
Don't call him. Let's just keep this between ourselves, just between you and me. I know people. We just have to tell them where the ship is. They'll give us everything we ever wanted. We can spend the rest of our lives together.
Why not? I'm so sick of the way my life's going. I'd do anything for a change.
Well, this is a change. How does it feel to hit the jackpot, babe?
My, what a tender little scene. Hello, Murphy. Are you surprised to see me?
What the hell is he doing down here? Did the NSA follow you?
Oh, well, this is not a professional trip. No, it's strictly personal between Regan and myself. And apparently you.
Tex, I would have told you, but I...
So you and Cross have been working together from the beginning?
Oh, don't be so upset, Murphy. We're on the same side now. If it makes you feel any better, Miss Madsen does have real feelings for you. Although I'm sure she could fake them if she wanted to.
What the hell does that mean?
Nothing.
I've known Regan for quite some time now. Ever since I found out what her father was working on. She suggested that we work together to find him. Can you imagine someone selling out her own father?
I didn't sell out my own father.
Oh, no, I forgot. You were simply trying to get your own inheritance. And then you came along. I wanted to get rid of you right away, but she suggested that maybe she could convince you to come over to our side.
And I did. I got him to come around.
Come around. Charming phrase. Isn't she a pleasure to work with?
Shut up, Jackson. Listen, Tex, I would have let you in on it.
Was there anything else you haven't told me?
Nag. Look at that. It's beautiful, just like a huge Christmas present just waiting to be opened.
I guess I should call Fitzpatrick and tell him we found it.
Don't call him. Let's just keep this between ourselves, just between you and me.
That isn't how it works, Regan.
But it can. We can have everything we ever wanted. I know people. We just have to tell them where the ship is. They'll give us everything we ever wanted. We can spend the rest of our lives together.
That isn't right, Regan.
What have you got to go back to? I mean, look at your life. It's a dead end and you know it. You can play it safe, spend the rest of your life with that little mutant girlfriend of yours, struggling and never taking a chance.
How do you know about Chelsea?
What does it matter? You can have it all. Wealth, freedom, me.
Look, my life may not seem like much to you. My mutant girlfriend's not the most glamorous woman in the world. But I happen to feel a certain obligation to do what's right, and not just what serves my best interests.
What a lovely little speech. Now be a good little private eye and hand me that communicator. Or would you prefer that I blast a hole in you and take it myself? Thank you. Well, I thought you'd be more surprised to see me.
Oh, I figured the NSA would be around here. I'm just wondering why I didn't smell you first.
This isn't official business. No. It's a purely personal matter between Miss Madsen and myself.
I offered you a piece of the action, Tex. You got no one to blame but yourself.
So you and Cross have been working together since the beginning?
It's disillusioning, isn't it? Well, it might make you feel better to know that she's taken a liking to you. I mean, I wanted to do away with you right away. And she convinced me that she could bring you over to our side. You look like you're a stronger man than I am.
Yeah, well, I guess we're just not cut from the same cloth.
I found out about Malloy and the NSA. Then I met Miss Madsen when I was looking for her father. Can you imagine someone selling out her own father?
I didn't sell him out.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. At first, we didn't have much luck tracking down Malloy's boxes, but then you came along. And I don't know whether it was luck or whether you're that good. But anyway, I decided to let you do the work. It was a good decision, don't you think? I mean, here we are at the appointed place and time.
You're not going to get away with it, Cross.
Oh, no? I don't see anybody here who's going to stop me. When I first saw you, I wanted to blow your brains out. Not because I didn't like you. No, you're a very resourceful fellow. No, I wanted to kill you because I enjoy killing people. I find it very satisfying.
Yeah, well, I figured the way you played me for a sucker, you ought to be the one that pulls the trigger.
You're too good for your own good.
Enough talk! Say goodbye,